disrespect to the ACC, but why did you think Rogers got it? Because of its capacity?
Yeah, but listen, we're obviously we're here doing a press conference. We have relationships everywhere with everybody, so you know we're going to be coming to Canada for a long time and doing a lot of different events in a lot of different places.
So you listened to me because I told you it should be at the Rogers Center.
Yep. You told me and I did it. I want to thank you for that too. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
How important for the event in Toronto is the help of GSP after this fight on Saturday night to have him in that main event to guarantee you sell out in those 30 or 40,000 seats?
Well, listen, I say this all the time. You know, George St. Pierre is loved here in Canada and everywhere else around the world. But you know, we have a ton of stars and a ton of guys that you know. That's the great thing about mixed martial arts. It's not all about one guy, and it's not all about we had 2 Brazilians up in Montreal that did very well too. When does that ever happen? To bring 2 Brazilians into Canada and sell out and have a great event. So no matter what happens on Saturday night and who we bring here, it's going to be a successful event.
Hi, Dana. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press. Can you tell us how many people you'd expect to put in the Rogers Center?
I don't know. You know, to answer that question, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think a lot. I think we're going to put a lot of people in there. I don't know how many, but you know, I'm excited about it. I think we will break the gate, which the attendance record, which will be 23,000, and I think we will break the gate, which is a little north of 5 million.
I know you have big screens and everything. Obviously, you guys thought a lot about it, but is there any concern about such a big arena and an octagon?
Trust me, I've said it many times. I've said it to you many times, and many other people in this room. When we go into an arena and we're going to put on a live event, the live event means everything to me. We'll deliver. We will deliver and make sure that it has the same energy and the same. Everybody can say you're not watching 2 little ants fighting with a matchbox. I'll make sure that we deliver. I promise. Buddy.
When did you solidify the date of being at the end of April? Was it set for a while, or did it just get set a few weeks ago? When did you have it ironclad set to come on April 30th?
Well, we've been working on it for a while, and obviously you got to wait till the regs get done. And we had an idea of a ballpark of when we wanted to come here, and everything lined up, and we finally got it done. Joe.
I think you and I both know the power of Twitter, so we're more getting questions out here. When are tickets going on sale? Fans want to know.
They'll be going on sale in the new year. No, obviously we won't put the tickets on sale until the card's been decided, and that won't be decided until the new year, so we won't be putting the cards on sale. But, to answer a little further on Neil's question, Dana's right. We will go to great lengths to make sure that the energy in the Rogers Center and the experience for the fan is first rate. We've had several site visits already. There's different ways to configure the Rogers Center so that we don't lose that kind of intimacy, which is so important to our brand. It's so important to the experience that our fans have. But there is one chance. You've got one chance to make that first impression to as many people as possible. And we think very strongly that the Rogers Center provides that. But as Dana also pointed out, we've got great relationships here with the Air Canada Center, with Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. We've worked this relationship for this event. We've got had a bunch of different events with this organization. And I think it's just an example of we're here in Toronto and in Canada to stay. I think it's important that the Ontario government be recognized for the work that they did to help us get to the point we're at. I mean, Dana's been working on this government in Ontario for the better part of 2+ years, and Premier McGuinty and the minister at the time, Sophia Agilanides, were really pivotal in making this happen. And I've been speaking to the current Consumer Services Minister, John Gerritsen, about this as well. It's all about making sure that we can grow our sport in this country and particularly in this province, and we're bound and determined to do that.
Dana, you're calling St. Pierre bigger than Gretzky. Are you at all worried in this hockey-obsessed town that you're not alienating fans before you get here?
Hey, listen, I know people got hockey sticks running through their veins here, but listen, nothing again. I was with Gretzky down in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I like Wayne Gretzky. His wife is awesome. His wife and his kids and all of them are fans of mixed martial arts. And you know, when you say something in the media, it gets turned around, and I see things going, "Oh, you're talking about Gretzky." I didn't say anything about Wayne Gretzky. Other people said, "Yeah, well, what about Wayne Gretzky?" I said, "Yeah, he's more popular than Wayne Gretzky too." And the reason is, take George St. Pierre anywhere in the world, fans go crazy over this guy. You know, he is the most famous guy ever to come out of Canada as far as an athlete goes. Nothing against Wayne Gretzky. Not trying to alienate fans or, you know, I'm just stating a fact. You know, it gets taken out of context sometimes and people go crazy. And, you know, never once did I say he's more famous than Wayne Gretzky. People said, "Oh yeah, what about Gretzky?" And I said, "Yeah, Wayne Gretzky too."
Any comments on the person currently holding UFC.ca?
You're full of knowledge that I have no clue what you're talking about. Somebody's holding the website up here? I'm sure
they hold it for UFC.ca. It's the Canadian URL domain that follows. You know, we've done very well with UFC.com. We've got a geo-targeted website here. We've looked at other .ca domains. You know, we have no concerns about that. We'll sort it out as we go forward.
Yeah, somebody used to own UFC.com too. User-friendly computers.
Mike Johnston, Examiner.com. I know you don't have control over what fighters say, but when you have guys like Josh Koscheck and Chael Sonnen, and even Sean McCorkle was on this card, you know, trash talking, they do such a good job promoting the fights. You just kind of sit back and relax and say, "Oh, this is great. I don't have to do anything." How good is trash talking for the sport? It must be good for business.
You know, it depends. I think that one of the things that makes this sport so unique, especially in the fight business, is a lot of times guys who respect each other fight each other. You know, there's not a lot of trash talking. So I think when there is, it's so unusual that, you know, trash talking is always fun. Depends on how far it goes and what's said. But yeah, I don't ever encourage trash talking, but when it naturally happens, it definitely doesn't suck for business. I can tell you that.
And also, after Jake Shields' fight, you said he was likely to get the next title shot. Is that a guarantee that Jake Shields will get the winner of GSP Koscheck? And if that's not the case, who else is in the immediate title match?
The answer is yes. He's in line next for the title shot, no matter who wins.
You guys always like to put a lot of thought into every card that you guys do, Joe Silva and the rest of the team, things like that. Is there any added pressure now that the date for Toronto is set because of how big it's going to be and how much records are going to be set that weekend, especially with the MMA Expo going to be here as well? The added pressure is going to be especially immense that weekend.
We don't ever feel pressure about putting on cards, but you know, we just do what we do. We continue to put on you know, the best fights with the best fighters in the world. Obviously, you know, we're excited to come to Toronto, and we're going to bring you the best card we can.
Just curious how pivotal Tom Wright and his staff, once you hire Tom and he brings in all these amazing guys to help him out, how pivotal were they in getting this done?
Huge. Listen, he's a very well-respected guy here in Canada. He's a great guy to work with. We're happy to have him on board. You know, huge. It's huge having an office up here now and people who are dedicated to Canada 24 hours a day. It's a big deal. So, yes, Tom has been huge.